Alright guys, so I'm currently just, I looked on my Series X earlier for updates for games, and we got an update for Assassin's Creed Odyssey that is something that a lot of people were wanting from at least looking on the Xbox Series X subreddit. A lot of people for months have been wanting this from Assassin's Creed, Odyssey and Origins actually. And that is a 60 FPS update. Most people were hoping Microsoft would do a backwards compatibility 60 FPS boost for the game, but Ubisoft just went ahead and did an update themselves. This follows with a lot of other studios doing doing their own native 60 FPS modes for games, or frame rate unlockers just in general for their games, rather than it just being a mode. And it's one of those things where I was also wanting to look forward to it, or not wanting to look forward to it, wanting it as well. So yeah, I can tell just from this menu alone that with the cursor right there that this is 60 FPS. Like, damn. And there's no thing to set the frame rate, which I wish more games would do, but I understand why not. Ubisoft Club, let me see if I can unlock some things right there, because, like, for some reason when the new console generation came out, a lot of, like, Ubisoft shit for rewards became free on older games. Oh, I think I already did these. I already unlocked them. Okay. Alright, continue, I guess. Yeah, this is a game I didn't finish. I got to, like, part 23, which is hour, like, 20 or 21. I'm pretty sure. Oh, yeah, that's 60. That flame is 60. I can tell, just from looking at it on my TV. But yeah, I just grew bored of the game and just didn't really want to finish it. But with this update, I may go back and finish it. I may reboot the entire playthrough. Holy shit, dude. The load times on just a regular... I have this installed to an external hard drive rather than the internal SSD of the console or the SSD expansion card. So... yeah, so that's why the load times are a bit long. When I eventually play through this again, I probably will install it right to the hard drive. And if Origins gets an update like this as well, which may happen, I can see them doing it, that'll be great.
I should be careful. High security here.
Oh my god, this is... I can tell this is 60 FPS just by looking at it. The fluidity of the camera and the movements and everything. Oh man. This just looks good. Like, honestly. Oh, man. In terms of... yeah, I can tell this is 60 FPS. That is really fucking good. Yay. Okay. So this was just a quick video that I wanted to do as soon as I saw Your Raptor did an update video on it. and everything. And this is just to also say, when I eventually get back to Assassin's Creed Odyssey, which may be sooner than not, after I play some more games for the channel, I'll reboot my playthrough for Odyssey. But yeah, this is a much needed update. Again, a lot of people thought that it was going to be Microsoft to do an FPS boost rather than Ubisoft, considering Ubisoft let Microsoft do a bunch of older Assassin's Creed games. I wasn't too sure if Ubisoft were going to let Microsoft do it or not, or if it was just going to come in a later update with Origins or not. And there's another game that they just haven't done for some reason, and that would be Syndicate. For some reason, they didn't give Syndicate a 60 FPS boost as well. There might be a reason for that, but yeah. There are a few games that I would love to see Ubisoft go back and patch to work at 60 FPS natively on both PS5 and Series X and S. And that would be, well, for one, Origins. But then two, Assassin's Creed 3 Remastered should be natively supported for 60 FPS on both consoles. Because, weirdly enough, the original version of Assassin's Creed 3 was 60 FPS on consoles, but when it came to the Xbox One backwards compatible version, Ubisoft had Microsoft cap it at 30 for some reason. After, I guess, an OS update somewhere. It originally did still run at an unlocked frame rate on Xbox One, and it was the best way to play it on consoles. But when it came to the One X, and I guess an OS update that was for that, but also was released for Xbox One, Ubisoft had Microsoft cap it at 30. And even if you play it on the Series X, the original version of Assassin's Creed 3 is still capped at 30. I really would like it if Microsoft would remove that cap for that specific game on Xbox One. And then also if Ubisoft could make a patch to make Assassin's Creed 3 Remastered natively support 60 FPS on consoles. Because these consoles are clearly capable of doing it, and then on top of that, the FPS boosted version of it doesn't support the higher resolution, which means you're stuck at, like, I assume 900p at most on Series X or Series X, which sucks. And a lot of people just don't like it. Other games I hope that would get a native 60 FPS boost or native 60 FPS support on the new consoles are like Far Cry 5, Far Cry 3, and Far Cry New Dawn. Far Cry 4 doesn't have any extra resolution shit, so it's fine to stay at FPS boosted, but yeah. And it would just be great if Ubisoft did it for more games, and also if they did like a res boost for some games as well, that would be great. But yeah, I was very much hoping that they would do this. I want more studios to take advantage of this, especially when we're still stuck in the pandemic and game development is delayed and not able to be as effectively or efficiently done as it used to be right now. I would think that either res or frame rate boosts for already released games would be easier to do than just programming an entire new game. Like I would completely understand that if that happened. But yeah. So yeah, short list is Assassin's Creed 3 Remastered, Assassin's Creed Origins, Far Cry 5, Far Cry New Dawn, and everything, so they can run at 60 FPS and maintain the resolution boosts from the One X enhancements and the PS4 or PS4 Pro enhancements as well. That would be great. And also, if they could do a resolution boost for the first two Watch Dogs games and the other Assassin's Creed games, that would be great. With also native 60 FPS support. I would want PlayStation players to also be able to experience these games in 60 FPS as well. So that would be great. But I doubt that they're going to do that because those games are older. But if they do, we'll see. Yeah, I was fully expecting at least Odyssey to get a 60 FPS boost, because it was released within the last 2 years. It was 2019, so yeah, or was it 2018? Either way, it was released within the last 2 to 3 years, and I was surprised that it didn't get one sooner. And I do expect Origins to get it as well, because Origins was the soft reboot of the franchise, and it got
How's your hunt?
more shit, you know? I did not know this was an idle animation. I completely forgot you could do this. Oh, this is beautiful. This is beautiful. Like, if there is one thing I can give this game, it looks really good. Like, the graphics are stunning. But yeah, one thing you should like do if you're not so sure that if a game is running at 60 FPS versus 30 is check the camera speed for when you rotate the camera. Because if it is running at 60, it should look very, very smooth, which this does. So yeah, there are a lot of games I hope to get native FPS support or an FPS boost. And yeah, a lot of people, like I said, were begging for this to come out, for 60 FPS upgrade for this game to come out. And now it's here, so you guys can go play it if you're one of the people that wanted this. Here you go. Yeah, and I might reboot, like I said, might reboot my playthrough for it. I'm already thinking of doing new playthroughs. Well, actually, I started a new playthrough of Assassin's Creed 2 on the Ezio collection after it was 60 FPS boosted. And then Brotherhood and Revelations would join it. Unity I haven't played through all the way either, so I may reboot. Yeah, I'm gonna reboot the playthrough for that at some point. Oh yeah, and Assassin's Creed 4 wasn't FPS boosted either, and I don't get why, considering it's one of the more popular games in the franchise after 2. So, but yeah, so we have this. And it's really, really good. But yeah. Inventories. Huh. Is this from DLC? Okay, yeah, so this is a mix of, like, DLC and, shit from, and the, what do you call it? The, DLC updates and I'm trying to think of what it's called. The Ubisoft Club. Um... Huh. Okay. Okay, let's quick save. Dude. That's awesome. That's sick. Like I said, I haven't like logged into this game for like 2 years, so that's nice. Okay. Okay, so if you want to, again, if you want to play through this at 60 FPS on these consoles, you now have the ability. So yeah. So guys, links in the description to all my shit. Subscribe if you want, and I'll see you guys in the next one.